I don't get my own theme song? Cue the music. Okay, let's go.
You know we had to go and get what not yours. Feeling what you work, you never get because you're not old. A brown penny from a desert bar. Found it facing tails down. Hope you look just like a shooting star.
Privateer or professional? Underdog or a threat for an Enduro World Series win? These are terms that pundits like to throw around when describing racers on the Enduro World Series. Over the past 5 seasons, Ireland's Greg Callaghan has been called them all.
Trying to think of big words. Yeah. So I can sound smart. I don't know the full history of the name Callaghan, but generally it would be O'Callaghan. But then back in the famine days in the 1800s, if you went into the soup kitchens and took soup, you basically pledged yourself to the United Kingdom. And then you lost the O in your name. So the fact that I'm Callaghan, not O'Callaghan, means someone down the line took the soup. But it means I'm still here. So thanks for taking the soup.
So, what exactly is Enduro? Well, it's roots and ruts, moments of flow, mixed with janky switchbacks. Enduro means pedaling up alongside your competition and then hanging it all out on the way back down, trying to beat them.
There's so many elements in this sport, so many variables, from rider to rider, from race to race, from bike to bike. Having the ability to manage all those variables on the day to execute your best when it counts. That probably comes from a psychological standpoint. At the end of the day, your brain controls everything you do, so without a strong head, you're not going to be on top.
Perhaps you're interested in the world's fastest racers, competing on some of the greatest trails on the planet, all racing for the title of world's best mountain bike racer. If so, when the dust settles 6 months and 8 stops from now, you're gonna get exactly what you're looking for.
I've watched On Track since the start. Like, I remember the Tweed Love race in, I think, was it 2014? I was riding behind Curtis, so I kept popping up in the back of shots.
Dude, Greg's hauling the mail.
And it was the first time I did an interview for On Track, and I just remember thinking, like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, I'm in this big Red Bull series, I'm getting shots in it. A few minutes ago, when we were looking at the notes, I saw On Track with Greg Callaghan, and it was just surreal to see those words written down.
Now you gonna be disgusted later, cause I'm gonna get a lot better. Trusted player, and a whole lot richer, and a whole lot busier, and that's gonna make this I spit a whole lot trickier.
Jesus. Oh, I was going so smooth. No. Back to the beauty.
A great mountain bike trail is a lot like art. There's no clear definition for it. You know it when you see it. By this definition, Rotorua, New Zealand probably has more world-class works of sculpture than any museum on the planet. Touched by the hand of some mountain biking demigod, there are riders like 2-time EWS champion Sam Hill and 3-time champion Cecile Ravenel, who have seemingly been blessed with skills far beyond mere mortals. And then there's the EWS contenders, who are playing the long game. The riders who slowly improve year after year, working the incremental gains.
So with Greg Callaghan, he has always steadily risen the ranks every year that the Enduro World Series has been contested. 2017, placing 3rd overall in the world. 2018 was a bit of a step back in terms of his performance and results, a little bit more pressure than he anticipated. It's hard for an athlete to steadily progress every year and get better and better.
But there's also a third kind of racer, filled with motivation and able to deliver when it matters most, but who is consistently and cruelly denied the top step of the podium. A racer who is yet to crack the code of Cécile Ravenel's dominance.
It was very hard for me when I heard that Cécile was not coming.
With multiple vertebral fractures, the probability of Cécile making it a four-peat is now extremely low, which makes perennial runner-up Isabeau Courdurier the EWS heir apparent.
The level is super high in the women's field and you have to fight really hard if you want to win.
A rider coming into the season with a very different set of expectations is Canada's Miranda Miller.
The past 2 years, I've been racing downhill. The experience was probably one of the best I've ever had, but personally, I was battling injuries. I wasn't excelling at in like a way that I felt I could. So I was like, well, I'll just do something totally different. Ride a new bike, have new teammates, new products. It kind of feels maybe like a fresh start for a 29-year-old.
On trails famed for flow and the grippiest of dirt, the 2017 edition of the Rotorua race had neither. The resulting casualties were many.
You know, I think days when it gets tough like that, it's when it kind of sorts the men from the boys. So I think a race like that every now and again doesn't do us any harm. And this year was almost kind of the opposite. You know, it was a pretty mellow, well, in compared to 2017, it was a very mellow race.
I ate way too much for breakfast. Wasn't a good idea.
Tracks were all dope. Practice was like flawless. Before the race, I was like, well, how does it get better than this? So then sure enough, I crashed on every single stage except for one.
I was only 4 seconds back from fourth, and I felt like my momentum was bringing me forward, so I definitely felt top 5 was within reach. And then stage 4, Root just took my front wheel, and I went over the bars, down a chute into a corner, and just landed, didn't get my arms out right, and just landed flat on my chest. In that crash, I bruised a couple of ribs and my liver. Yeah, I was pretty beat up after that. I was in quite a lot of pain, so yeah, riding the bike fast wasn't really happening.
Since 2016, Martin Maes has secured 7 second-place finishes. The Belgian rider has frequently been hailed as Enduro's next big thing, but until now, he's been the king of near misses.
At the moment, in terms of confidence, it's hard to fault Martin Maes. He finished last season so strong.
Martin's gonna do it for sure.
That is a storming run by the Belgian, putting his name in the sport of EWS.
Over the years, I've got smarter, and in Rotorua, I won the first stage and I was like, okay, this is a good start, now I need to relax.
Coming back there was like, phew, you never had a good memory from Rotorua. So I was like, you just need to relax and finish the day with a smile on your face.
2 years ago, as I said, I was not even able to finish and cross the finish line. So I just thought, make this one a kind of redemption. And it definitely happens today, so I'm very happy.
First place at an EWS event nets you 500 points. Second means 450. But the disparity in emotion is commonly 10 times that number.
I was extremely happy winning all 5 stages.
He's straight up dominated the start of this season, so I think he's going to be a pretty hard man to beat and to crack, because that kind of confidence is dangerous, because confidence leads to good bike riding.
Confidence truly is an underappreciated element in the winning equation. Too little, and you might hesitate, under-delivering on your potential. Too much of it, and you might be inclined to take unwise risks and end up making mistakes that lead time. It's exactly this high science of balancing confidence and humility, training and freshness, equipment and technique, and combining them all in a winning formula on race day that makes this sport so damn fun to watch. Next on Track.
I love Derby. One of my favourite places we've gone to.
They're hard days.
Crowds were insane. That's like some of the loudest we've had.